my God. Oh my gosh. This manga chapter, bro. I, I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. Uh, it seems like. It, oh my goodness, man. I don't know how long this arc is going to be going on, but I feel like we're getting to the climax of this frickin' arc. And I think this is also just the start of some heroes on the battlefield with Shigarashi dying. So, guy. Anyways, whatever. We'll talk about it. Hopefully, I can talk about it in the time before I have to go, real quick. So this is Camp for 15, and I'm back here again with another My Hero Academia manga chapter review. My goodness. Just my goodness. This chapter was amazing. It was amazing. Look, I'm just happy My Hero Academia is back right now. And it seems like we're not going to getting another break. So yeah, let's get to this chapter. So we start with the panel. The same words Shigarashi said, I believe 2 weeks ago. And that is, you heroes hurt your own families to just to help complete strangers. And we see the image of Shigarashi's dad. Obviously about to slap him. So we cut to what Aizawa was doing with Manuel and Rocklock, and they're essentially saying, let's find cover and keep that water flowing, Manuel, and finish him off. And now Aizawa's like, finish him off. So Shigarashi goes on, and this is his part where he's monologuing and stuff like that. So he talks about, and this is what he says: you heroes pretend to be society's guardians. For generations, you pretended not to see that those you couldn't protect, and swept their pain under the rug. It's tainted everything you've built. And essentially, it flashed back to a young Shigarashi, which I watched a review before, somebody else's review, Vocal Pineapple's review. Check out his channel. His channel's really good. I watch him for My Hero Academia content. This is after he killed his family and stuff like that. And Shigarashi, he wants help from somebody, and he's in this crowd of people who he's asking for help. But you see this one woman say like, I'm sure like the police or a hero will like assist you and stuff like that. And this goes on into Shigarashi's monologue and saying that means your system's all rotten from the inside. With maggots crawling out, it all builds up little by little over time. And in the meantime, you're seeing manga panels of what's going on in the events as you see like heroes helping out people. But then it also, shows like every regular people in a bustling city, just not doing anything or not paying attention. He goes on to say, you've got the common trash all too dependent on being protected. And the brave guardians who created the trash that need coddling, it's a corrupt, vicious cycle. Everything I witness, this whole system you built has always rejected me. Now I'm ready to reject it, and that's why I destroy. That's why I took this power for myself. Simple enough, yeah. And in this crazy freaking panel, this one-page panel, you see Shigarashi and the word saying, I don't care if you don't understand. That's what makes us heroes and villains. And you see this full body shot of Shigarashi from all the damage he has taken to the point one of his arms, I think he's lost 2 of his freaking fingers. And this dude, he's literally standing on death's door. Okay. Before I continue this thing, I'm going to talk about his monologue and what he was talking about. So, essentially, in a just, easy way of explaining things, is Shigarashi saying, like, look, you people, you heroes, will hurt your own damn families, turn them away from you, a blind eye, and not care about what's going on in their lives, but you're gonna help complete freaking people on the street that you have no clue, no idea, and who as a person they are, you're gonna help them, but you won't even be quick enough to even think about or be considerate about what your family feels, which we all know his backstory was impacted mostly by Nana Shimura on the way she treated, really his dad, which passed it down to him. And, we see that, he's like, you'll help those people, but you won't help people who are really in need of saving, which could be your family and stuff like that. Which a lot of people parallels that to Deku, which, again, I think Vocal Pineapple, he said that in his video. It makes a good parallel to Deku because the one thing about Deku is he doesn't want to just save random people on the street. He doesn't know. We know Deku wants to save everybody. That's been his character from the beginning. He wants to be a hero, not just to save somebody, just that one kid off the street. He wants to save everybody and be there for everybody and be a hero that wants to save everybody. And he'll do it even if he knows, like, I can't save everybody, but I'm still going to freaking try. And Deku's, I think, going to be the one hero that might lead a new society, a hero society, with a new system of trying to tell, future heroes, listen, let's not try to save people who are just, there and stuff like that. Let's try to save everybody in this situation and come up with a plan to save everybody in a situation. And that's the one thing I like about Deku's character, which parallels to Shigarashi, is the fact that Shigarashi has his beliefs of the fact that, he says the system's flawed and everything, which, the hero system is a little flawed. But you have Deku on the other hand, feeling like he's that one person who could possibly change the hero society, the system of how things work in the hero society, more than likely for the better and stuff like that. So it's an interesting thing and stuff like that. And you can see that Shigarashi, he is just done. He doesn't give an F anymore. Especially what you see later on in this chapter. Shigarashi's at this point, he has lost it completely. He does not give one complete single F about what anybody else thinks and stuff like that. So Endeavor, he goes on to give an attack, and he goes and say, look, and Endeavor really, he knows, like, look, you're about to die, and you're in death's door. We just got to put out some more strong attacks and finish you off for good. But Shigarashi completely dodges Endeavor's attack. Completely. And you can just see, the first time you see Shigarashi jumping in the air, I kid you not, look at the manga panel on the Viz Media website, whether you check it out on the internet or you check it out on your phones. When I saw Shigarashi's face looking at this manga chapter for the first time, when he's starting to fight, you just see this very almost insane smile with his eyes whited out, which goes to show how crazy this man went. He's gone. He's gone. Endeavor is shocked that he is moving beyond fast, maybe even faster than before. Now, Gran Torino gets in the way. He slams Shigarashi down on the ground and stuff like that. Now, Gran Torino's speculating, Endeavor's fire, his fire's, not hitting as strong as it was, and he kind of like, it's probably more than likely because Endeavor has been using all these crazy attacks to finish him off, and they're just having no effect. So Shigarashi then turns around, he goes after Gran Torino and stuff like that. And Gran Torino also mentions that Shigarashi's pushing himself to his limits. Now, Gran Torino, he tries to get out of there and dodge, but Shigarashi grabs a hold of him, and he freaking squeezes down on Gran Torino's leg. And in this moment, you see Endeavor, Bakugo, and Eve, and Deku all charging in because they're obviously worried about Gran Torino and stuff like that. And then again, Gran Torino's just in his head monologuing. He sees Shigarashi's just insane maniacal face. And he's like, what a face, Shimura. So then we cut back to a flashback scene where we see, you know, Donna Shimura obviously, giving her son up to the other lady, which is Shigarachi's dad, and we see Gran Torino in the background. Now it cuts over to nighttime, and Shimura goes on to say, I tinkered with the family records to keep him off the trail. Because if we were to have if he were to ever learn of Kotaru, he'd be sure to exploit our connection. And he's talking about the fact about All for One essentially tracking Nana Shimura and going after her. And we know Nana Shimura, she kind of blocked her family off so they could stay safe, you know, and things like that. She had the best interests at heart for her family. Now, her now Shigarachi's dad, her son, didn't feel otherwise. He felt like Shimura just pushed him away to push him away, which later trickled down to Shigarachi. Shimura goes on to say, and so I have no son. And she starts to get emotional and stuff like that. And she goes on to say, I never did. Sorako, I have no son. And that's, again, going back to the monologue and Shigarachi's statement of saying, see, you heroes hurt your own families for complete strangers. And stuff like that. Now, Gran Torino, he actually thinks about this decision, and he's like, Shimura, the decision we made, and he's obviously wondering, was it the right decision? And in the next panel, you see obviously a very emotional Nana Shimura crying in the arms of her friend Gran Torino, because even though she knows what she has to do is good for her family to be protected, to just essentially, I guess you can say, cut ties off with them, you can see that it clearly is hurting her because she wants to be there for her son and be there for her family. And it really just hits you, and it's like, well, damn, this was the hero that told All Might, listen, no matter what, always smile. And you just see her in probably, I would say, her lowest moment as a hero, start to cry and not smile. And the fact that, going forward, she just continued to smile despite knowing what internally was going on with her. And I don't even know if All Might even knew what was going on internally with her. She, for all we know, she might have had those nights where she was just struggling to sleep, just wondering like, is my son okay? Is my family okay? And she probably did the thing where she watched them from a distance and meant to just, caught an eye and then just kind of left and stuff like that. But you can really see this was probably Nana Shimura's lowest point, and it was it just hits you. It hits me. I can't wait to see this animated, because when they show this animated, that might even hit a lot more people. Then Shigarashi starts punching into the ground, creating a crater, and all you see in this panel is what it looks like Shigarachi essentially stabbing through Gran Torino's body, and you see the blood splatter out into the air. And you see the crater happen, and, all you see is a lifeless body of Gran Torino, which I think we got another death here. And I think we can say Gran Torino has died. Damn. Oh my goodness. Look, man, they're pulling no punches. Like I said, it was weeks ago where there was a source that said, Horikoshi was getting emotional and was crying because of what's happening in this chapter. I wouldn't be shocked if he was crying here, because it was hard to be like, I have to write this character to Guy and stuff like that. And, my goodness. So, rest in peace, Gran Torino. When All Might hears of this, he's going to be broken. Now, we cut back, and obviously we see Deku charging in at Shigarashi, rightfully pissed. He's screaming at the top of his lungs. And I think this is just the start of losses to begin. And I'm feeling, because this is giving me Marineford vibes, just differently, and the fact that there are gonna, that unlike Marineford in One Piece, unlike that one character, I'll keep it spoiler free if you haven't seen it, but that one character, who died in Marineford, back in One Piece, we're going to see multiple characters potentially dying who have been connected to Deku in several ways. And we know Deku, Gran Torino was one of his mentors like Night Eye. He saw Night Eye die essentially right in front of him. And now he potentially just saw Gran Torino die right in front of him. And Deku, he is pissed. I think this is probably the most pissed we've ever seen Deku get. Like, we've seen Deku get mad, but Deku, we have not seen Deku get to the point where he is pissed. To the point he is losing it, and he's, you could say, making rash decisions, and he's charging in like a typical shonen protagonist would. So, this might, after this thing, this might hit Deku how it hit Luffy at the end of Marineford, where he was broken, and it's gonna have to take some people, maybe some of his friends, to snap him out of reality to make him want to, train to get stronger to defeat Shigarashi, this threat. So, anyways, obviously, he's Deku's charging in, but Endeavor's like, Deku, stay back. But then all of a sudden, they all go in for an attack, and Deku goes in. But then this man Shigarashi blows past them, literally within the snap of his finger. And Deku goes on to say he's somehow even faster now. The next panel shows Aizawa with Rocklock and Manuel. And next thing you know, we see, he's charging directly at him. He's gonna try to get, and Aizawa out of the picture. Now that, Deku charged forward, he has no protection, no backup. Then Ryuko flies in, gets involved. She tries to block and hold Shigarashi in place. But Shigarashi punches through her hand, or hits her hand, and breaks the damn hand. Like, I think the fingers were all wrapped around him. And this man Shigarashi, is so effing strong with his enhanced strength, his freaking excess amount of power, essentially makes the fingers all blow back, essentially breaking the fingers, which means her hands is completely useless, and essentially her hands broken. Like, my God, and stuff like that. So Deku comes up behind Shigarashi, and he's like, Shigarashi, I will never forgive you. And Shigarashi just slightly turns back, and he's like, and I won't forgive anyone. Shigarashi then gives this elbow to Deku, which freaking makes Deku cough out blood, whites out his eyes. But then Deku, he just batters down. He's like, no, I can't give up now. And he's like, turn this rage into strength. And using his Black Whip quirk, he's trying to hold Shigarashi in place. Bakugo is flying that's Endeavor. Endeavor's flying right at him, and he's like, hold him right there, Deku. And Endeavor trying to give him one final punch. But in the meantime, you see Shigarashi go into his pocket and grab something out. And you see that there's cracks, a little tiny crack hole in Ryuko's hand. And you see him putting his fingers through the wound of Ryuko's hand. And you see the quirk erasing bullet. And he goes on to say, those fools still don't know that I've got this. And it looks like it's going to be a beeline throw to Aizawa to hit him with the bullet. And it cuts off it. The last panel of this chapter shows Eri. And obviously we all know what that happened. And so the next chapter won't hit till August 30th, which, fun fact, is the day before my first day of my senior year of college. But there's gonna be no break going next week. My Hero Academia will be coming back next week, and it seems like Aizawa might lose his quirk. Now, maybe the only other way is maybe Manuel or Rocklock sees the bullet, sees something like, hey, wait, like sees it coming and sees like, wait, did you see what he just threw? Or they see it and they step in front of Aizawa, which will return lose their quirk. Now, if it's Rocklock, yeah, that sucks. He lost his quirk. But if it's Manuel, that's a whole nother problem because now he can't keep, the hydration going into Aizawa's eyes, which means Aizawa won't be able to close them eyes. They could go that route, or like I said, they can go the typical route where Aizawa gets hit and loses his quirk and stuff like that. But hey, I haven't seen this theory. What if Manuel Rocklock gets in the way? Now, if Manuel gets in the way, Shigaraki still doesn't have his powers, but Manuel can't do his hydration water moves to keep Aizawa's eyes hydrated, which could be a big, big problem. So this manga chapter is heating up. It's next week might be even more crazy. We might see the end to Aizawa's quirk, and look, I think if Shigaraki gets his powers back, I'm sorry, but they're gonna have to retreat. I think this is gonna be the start of the battle where, listen, they're gonna be, and I just feel like we're gonna get another sacrifice here. I'm legit saying I literally think Endeavor might sacrifice his life for Deku, Bakugo, Aizawa, and potentially the other heroes to get away, go find safety, and get essentially the hell out of there. And he's just gonna stall for time. He's just going to stall for time. And, we might get another death here with Endeavor. That's my prediction. I feel like if Shigaraki gets his powers back, they're gonna have to retreat. And then that's when we're gonna see the beginning of the end and stuff like that. The heroes are gonna retreat, go somewhere to, to relocate, regather, and then I believe we're gonna get a time skip. And yeah, so listen, this story is getting crazy. Next week might be even much more of a crazy intense chapter. For 19 pages, there sure was a lot that happened. But yeah, other than that, look, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your Sunday. I know I need to have a great rest of my Sunday because I want the Clippers to frickin' win, because they have a playoff game. And yeah, I'll actually see you guys later today. For One Piece, also for Clippers, as well as Pokemon Journeys review. Finally, after how many episodes I've been gone from reviewing that series. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next episode. So I'll see you guys next week for manga chapter 282. So till then, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.